Hey guys, welcome to the Palcast show hosted by the Pal Media members. I'm Kaylin Oliver, and to the left of me, I have a whole bunch of people. So starting off with Trevion.
Hi guys.
No.
Hi. Say your name, man.
Oh,
Proper introduction.
my name is Trayon Ashbyton.
And I'm happy to be in the podcast.
I'm very happy to be here finally.
All right.
My name is Hugo Lowe's. It's my first podcast.
My name is Danny, and saying I'm here in the podcast, and I'm excited to do this.
All right. Awesome. I am Officer Etienne, like an ATM machine, but with an ETN. ETN,
That's
right?
smart.
Like an ATM
I love
machine,
that
but
for
with
you.
an N.
That was good. That was
ATN.
good. I like that.
Right.
Good.
So on this podcast, I'm gonna be a co-host, but the person running the show will be Kaylin.
Kaylin Oliver.
Kaylin, what is our topic for today?
The topic for today is bullying.
Got it. All right, it's your show.
Okay, so what do you guys think bullying is? Starting off with Trevion.
Trey, it's us, man. We're like a
For
family.
real, you
man.
should have been practicing when you was over there gigging it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
bullying is like any form of disrespect, like done to another person for no reason. Like if you have no reason behind it, why are you doing it? So I feel like that's bullying. And like, yeah, like being disrespectful for no reason.
So if I'm being rude to you, is that being bullying?
Yes.
Really? You think so? I kind of disagree with you.
No, like,
So if you go outside and your parents are being rude to you, is that being bullying?
oh no, they bully me all the time.
I mean, people could take bullying to different ways. Like I would say,
Yeah.
So maybe one thing can be bullying for one person, but then it could be another. Bullying isn't something for another person. I would say.
So can you give me an example of like bullying?
Hugo, can you give me
Can you elaborate like what you mean by that?
Okay, say I'll talk about you're with friends, right? You have these people as friends and stuff. You know this person for a long time already, and then they do stuff to you that you wouldn't consider bullying, but then when they do it to another person that they just met, I feel like they will take it in a different type of way because they don't know you like that. So yeah, that's how I would explain it.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay.
When it's not warranted, like if someone's just talking crazy about you for no reason, especially over long periods of times and just repeatedly, I think that's what warrants it.
Okay.
Or I feel like that's what it is.
All right. So my definition of bullying, well, for me, I take bullying as like if you're picking on someone and that person has to ask you to stop, but you continue in doing so. And you keep you keep doing it, and that person asking you to stop over and over again, and you keep doing it. That's why I think it's bullying. It could be physical, it could be verbal, or it could be over social media as well.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off what Danny and obviously ET said. I think bullying is harassing somebody when they tell you to stop and you don't stop, you keep going.
So all right, so I'm gonna ask you guys: do you guys think is bullying a serious topic, and why?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
Definitely.
for sure.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it.
I think yes, because like it could lead to like so many different things, like it can
Self-harm.
Self-harm. That's one.
Ultimately,
It could lead to what?
Self-harm and suicide.
Self-harm.
Depression.
It could lead to the person you're bullying, like probably just like going crazy and trying to do something to you.
Yeah, it could.
like,
Some things I would say is like insecurities can make them very insecure. It could bring down their self-esteem. A lot of things. So
It could just damage a person's mental health, like in general.
Yeah.
Just straight up, like not only the way they perceive themselves, but the way they could perceive others. Like it could make them want to harm others for what happened to them, in a sense.
Yes.
I feel like
I agree with that.
Facts. No.
Of course.
100. 100.
And a bully, it has to be like they probably went through it, and now they're like, how do I say it? If you're a bully, you probably went through the same thing that you're doing to other people, or it's probably something wrong at home that makes them like bully people, like mess with people.
I feel like you were trying to say, like, say if they got bullied before, they want to bully someone else so they can make themselves feel better and make the other person feel worse about themselves.
Just be a chain of bullying.
Yeah.
Like a self,
Never ending.
like an ego thing.
An ecosystem.
No,
Yeah.
like
I said
ego.
ego.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce,
Oh, ego.
got a big
Beyonce.
ego.
All right, so these are all good answers. Have you guys individually have you been a victim of bullying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
if
I would
you're
say so.
comfortable, don't give too much details. Can you talk about your experience and how it impacted you and how you felt?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I would say I was in second grade and I used to be like real skinny, and people used to pick on me because I was skinny. But then I had got this implant in my arm and I started to grow, and they still used to pick on me. But it never really like bothered me in a way when I was like, oh, I'm gonna bully other people. It was just like,
Damn.
I don't know how to say it. Like I don't know how to say it. Like I wasn't gonna bother nobody else for it. Like it didn't really bother me how it'll bother somebody else to get picked on for being big or being
But did
skinny.
you ever tell whoever was bullying you to stop?
Yes.
And it kept
I
on
wouldn't
going?
tell you what I did to him, but yes.
Oh.
Did they stop or they kept on going?
No, they stopped.
They stopped. Okay, so I mean,
Okay. I wouldn't say like. Oh, okay. I want to say that I've been bullied, right? It's just like, I mean, it's just like picked on. It wasn't like super overbearing or super repetitive for the point of me to call it bullying. But like my act needs to be a lot worse than it is like right now, and it's still not great. So like obviously that used to be like a huge talking point, but it never got too overbearing to like where I felt some type of way about it necessarily.
okay.
Okay.
You good? Or you want to share your experience?
I'll share. Yeah. For me, I would say for bullying, looks. I've been bullied about my looks, and yeah, that made me really insecure over time. To be honest. Nah,
Yo,
crazy.
that's crazy.
Why did Travion laugh?
You used to get bullied for your looks?
Yes.
But Hugo, you
I used
don't,
to be.
like-
I used to be I used to be like super duper overweight and super duper weak. Like it was insane. Like I would say like how my dad explained it, I used to be like very weak and just flappy. I would say.
Who used to bully you? Your parents or like?
No, it was back in middle school. That's the thing. My middle school was not the greatest middle school, so then I used to be picked on a lot over there.
What middle
And
school
I got-
did you go to?
I went to Shenandoah Middle School.
I went to.
I went
didn't
with you.
see-
I always got picked
Wait,
on.
what'd
I
you
got
say?
water thrown on me and all those type of things.
Oh no, see.
All right,
Oh,
so
that's tough.
Strong soldier.
So I'm not an expert
Respect.
at this, so I'm gonna go ahead and read a quote that I found online. So the definition of bullying is defined as the unwanted or aggressive behavior that presents in an engagement with another individual or individuals that involves a real or perceived power imbalance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of what I said, right?
That's yeah.
All right. So what do you guys do to cope with bullying, or who do you talk to prevent bullying if you ever got bullied before?
Can I
Is there
go-
anyone you talk to or you go to?
Can I go first?
Go ahead, you go.
Well, with me, with the whole bullying thing, I honestly coped with myself. I just started working out more, to be honest. In middle school, from there, I went to jiu-jitsu, and it showed me a lot. I got stronger there. I was able to learn how to a little bit defend myself, I would say, too. I started speaking up for myself a little bit more, too, when they started picking on me. So then I didn't let that happen. But from there, I just started working out and getting a little bit, like, stronger and a little bit more fit than how I was before. And that helped me a lot. And, yeah. I'm really proud of how I've changed over time from middle school to now, how I am. So,
Okay.
So I'm not gonna mess with you, okay?
right.
Anyone else want to share what were their action to cope with the of them being bullied?
I didn't talk to nobody. I just listened to music.
I don't know. I don't let things get to me like that.
Yeah, not
personally.
like that. Like,
Okay. Well, not everyone has the same way of thinking or the same mental strength. So, whatever could be, I could be strong at, you could be weak at, and vice versa. Bullying others can lead to permanent mental damage. Like Hugo was saying, it could bring low self-esteem. They could have PTSD. They could be very, they become like an introvert. They want to stay to themselves. And like I believe what Samuel was saying, they could start harming themselves, and even to the extreme. What you mentioned, not what you said you did to yourself, and even to the extreme, they might commit suicide. So when I went to school, guys, our cell phones were like just to make phone calls and to text, and that was it. Social media wasn't that big. And can one of you guys Can one of you guys tell me what other ways of bullying someone besides physically hurting the person and in person verbally abusing that person? Can anyone else
Okay.
tell me about?
I could tell you. So, you could definitely like send threats to like someone's way on the internet, or like, even say things about them like just more than threats to ruin their self-esteem, the same way you could do in real life. You could send hella people. Oh, can I say that?
Go ahead. Yeah, you good.
You could send a lot of people over
That's
to their
better.
page to like harass them and say things about them that obviously nobody want to hear about themselves, and telling people stuff like leading like to tell them to take their own life and stuff on social media. It's just you could do a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kaylin, you got anything you want to say about other ways that you could bully someone aside it being in person?
Cyberbullying, yeah, through social media.
What is cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying is you could be making posts, you could be commenting under someone's post, making fun of somebody, or generally disrespecting them, using their name in like a meaningful way. Like nowadays, you have a main page and you have a spam. Usually, people post it on their spam or like somebody and they'll talk bad about them, and then like you have everybody laughing in the comments. But I think that's cyberbullying, like just making fun of them over the internet.
Over the internet?
Yes.
That block button is useful.
That is very useful.
I haven't blocked
sometimes.
nobody, but like, yeah, it could be useful.
Yeah, they could be toxic.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go to. Can anyone else define what is cyberbullying?
I feel like we
No,
summed it up
it's-
pretty well,
summed
right?
up, like to sum it up, it's just bullying over social media or any social media platform.
Yeah, there's something that's not in person. That's it. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it could
much
be through calls or text messages too.
Yeah, it could.
Like obviously you can't
Anything over a device.
you can't damage someone like physically,
That's true.
but they can damage themselves.
So what
physically.
Kaylin said is not only on social media, it's not only on Facebook or Instagram. It could also be through text, phone calls, group chat. I could be in a group chat with all of you guys, and then all of us is like picking on one person and bullying one person. It's not only social media. So anything over like a device, a computer or a phone. Oh, I forgot to say too. For cyberbullying, it also happens in gaming world.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely,
the gamers
definitely.
be
Hey,
trolling.
that's why I don't
Hey, they
like
be
it.
getting racist.
It's not
Roblox.
even cyberbullying
Yeah.
at this
Bro,
point.
Roblox is crazy.
Yes,
man.
It's like-
Roblox like
Roblox is crazy.
my little cousin, he's like he be fighting for his life on Roblox. Like every night he's screaming into his computer. All like just
Oh.
keep
I feel like
screaming and
it's
screaming
something
like
that's
what's going
something
on.
over cyberbullying at this point. Cyberbullying and gaming, it's huge. Like to the point it's past cyberbullying, because there's so many things that happen on the gaming. I don't know if you guys seen those on TikToks. It's like, oh, if my audios got leaked onto a court or something, it'll be devastating. Because
Yeah, that's still cyberbullying though. That's still
Most of
falls
them
under
people be
it's
having
so
some really
insane.
really deep anger issues. Like
They be
Yeah.
racist,
people, they
bro.
be breaking their computers, their controllers. I'd be like,
Yeah,
it's not that
I mean, I know you guys probably are not into gaming like that, but like,
Oh.
I am. I'm
I'm
into
not.
gaming.
so
I'll
always
be
take a
on
break.
that.
I mean,
I'll
take
be
a
on
break.
that.
Take a break from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's really like getting to a point where like is getting you so upset, just take a break from
Hey.
Yeah,
gaming.
I personally do that. Like I be gaming every now and then, but then like I get stressed out sometimes, so I just
Gaming
stop.
is stressful.
I just stop. It gets stressful.
Nah, cause
sometimes.
saying I was Jewish online was like the worst thing ever, bro. Like, oh my god, that was tough.
Why? What happened with you?
I mean, the Holocaust. There's a lot of jokes surrounding that.
jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
People be
negative
getting out of
comments.
pocket.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the comments, guys. So now that I'm sure you guys have a better understanding of you know what cyberbullying and bullying is. What would you guys do if you witness someone being bullied?
well, I'm a very outspoken person, so I will probably go up to the person and tell them about themselves. Because if you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you, why would you do it to other people? So I'll tell them about themselves.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah. Me, to
I'm
be
not
honest,
I'm not a confrontational person.
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, because for me, I'm like that type of person. I won't really get into someone's business unless I see if it's actually really, really bad. Then I'll probably step up. But from there, I'm not sure if I'll actually like get into that.
Okay. What about you?
I'm not super confrontational. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not. If it's words, I'm not gonna step in and be like, "Hey, stop." But if I see someone getting beat up, I'm obviously gonna like shy to say something about it, because I'm not gonna let myself be. I'm not gonna let myself just see someone get beat up and move on like that.
Okay.
I feel like that'd weigh heavy on me.
All right, so
if I did.
I completely understand where you guys are coming from, because you have to take care of yourself as well, as far as your safety as well, right? So stepping in doesn't always mean that you're physically stepping in, right? Because most people nowadays, when someone's getting jumped or being, beat up, you pull out your cell phone and start recording, versus going and get help, calling 911, calling the security guard, or calling adults. And don't step in because you might get jumped too. You know what I'm saying? You might.
I was gonna say that something like that.
You might. Hugo was saying that. He was saying that it's not his business, but check on the person. That person might be getting verbally bullying. Just wait, and if you know that person, and ask them, "Hey man, are you doing all right?" I'm checking on them and see if they're doing okay mentally. They might need that. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for you, ET. So say you ask that person, right? Like you ask them, check on them, and then you're like, oh, how are you? How you feel? Like after that, you see something's wrong with them. You know that they're getting bullied or cyber bullied, and they just say that they're fine. Like, what do you do there? Because like you want to help, right? But you can't because they don't let you help them.
Yeah, so like the individual might be embarrassed, or he might not be comfortable with like expressing his how he really feels, right? So you could go above and like maybe talk to his parents and let the parents know that, hey man, your daughter is getting bullied. Look into it. So then the mother might go to the school and talk to the authorities and look into it, or go to the authorities at your school, the principal, teacher, whoever it is, and tell them, hey, I think this person is having a rough time, to look into it. What were you gonna say, Kayla?
Right.
I was gonna say like not to like if they don't open up to you, because not everybody's just as open, but you could like check on them like every day if you see them and ask them if they're okay. But I wouldn't like go to the parents yet, because probably they didn't tell their parents for a reason, because they know how their parents could react or how the parents would. I would like talk to a peer, like a person or a friend, and be like, hey, like this is going on, and see if they can help you out with it and have like a better understanding, or like be there when it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
Go ahead.
most people, they get bullied and then they don't want to snitch. So
Yeah,
it's
there's
like
that.
you can't help them if they don't want to be helped themselves.
Yeah, this is the whole
Yeah.
snitching thing. That's like a major problem, because it's like if you say
Snitches,
something,
what's this? Snitches get stitches.
No,
Snitching
snitches
gets
snitches get
stitches.
jumped
Yeah.
in the head. and-
so it's like you
and
say
back
something, you
therapy
say
is
something's
like-
gonna backfire you immediately. It's like that's the thing that makes it difficult about trying to help some people, because you say something and the person that's bullying them, they could do something to you. If not, they'll put all the pressure and start bullying you instead.
No, man. At least doesn't mean it could be anonymous. You don't have to go out there. Hey, I'm Kalen, and then I'm telling you that he's being bullied. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go to the teacher, hey, I want to be anonymous, but I think so and so is being bullied, really bad. Or you go to the parents, you be like, I don't want to be part of it. Keep me out of it, but I think so and so is being bullied. I don't want to be I don't want no part of it, right?
I can't say damn.
Can one of you guys summarize in a quick sentence or two what we have discussed, the issue and the solution to bullying and cyberbullying?
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Kaylin, because Kaylin, I took your job away from you today,
Yes, you did.
because I want to make sure that we would stay on topic.
Okay, so for bullying is harassing somebody when they tell you to stop, and ways to cope with that. You could talk to a parent, you could talk to a friend, a counselor, somebody at the school. And cyberbullying is bullying over not only social media, but it could be through call, text, or FaceTime. And to cope with that, you could get off of social media, take time for yourself, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
If you don't have anybody to talk to and you're experiencing bullying, you could check out stompoutbullying.org for more help.
Yeah, bro.
Is that right?